Hey there, it's Tracy here with another episode of Conversations from My Couch. I'm Tracy Yankin. I'm a leadership coach and consultant, and you can find me every Wednesday here on my colorful couch having a conversation about all things leadership. So let's talk about this resignation boom. Everybody's talking about it. I am seeing it everywhere. What is it? So the resignation boom is a phenomenon that's happening because now that we're getting beyond COVID, we've got vaccinations going out, employers are starting to want to bring people back into the office. People have experienced like this newfound freedom, right? We're defining new ways to create our work-life balance. Many of us have sought different ways to live now. We're no longer tied to a specific area, especially if we're allowed to do remote work. As organizations are reaching out to their employees and saying you're going to have to come back and kind of going back to the old guard and the old school way of doing things, employees are saying, hey, stop, I can go somewhere else. They are going to those organizations that are thinking ahead. So let's talk about that. Right now, currently, there is a labor shortage, right? We hear about it every week. The new jobs report is going to be coming out on Friday. And we're having trouble filling jobs. We've got a lot of open jobs in this country. That means if we want to recruit the best candidates, we're really going to have to put some strategies in place to understand what we need to make sure that we are building the best team to accomplish our organization's goals. So how do we address this? Two ways. The first way is our retention strategy. So let's talk about that. Last week, we talked about succession planning, right? Where are your employees feeling that they're bringing value? How are they intrinsically feeling about where they are? And yeah, it's about the feels. And I will continually say that we as human beings are about the feelings. It's not just academic. It's not just a brain operation. We feel a certain way. We want to feel valued. We want to feel known. We want to feel seen. One way to address that is through succession planning. Talk about it in your one-on-ones. Talk about it in your teams. If your team is looking at branching out into other areas of your organization, how are you going to do that? And bring your team in to be a part of that. When you're in your one-on-ones, discuss that with individuals. Where are they now? Where do they want to be? And how can you help them get there? We talked about that last week. You can go back and watch last week's video if you'd like. Number two, one of the greatest levers that we have, or lever, depending, right? Potato, potato, lever, lever. One of the ways that we have to address this is through our benefits strategy, right? How many times have you heard that there is, it's not just about the salary, it's about the benefits, right? That's one way that we use to engage people. We have to understand HR is a big ship in an organization. So one thing that we can do is to help steer that ship in the right way. Are you participating on the HR work groups that are happening in your organization? Having input on how you can help them think outside the box to create a better benefit strategy for those that are out there. So for example, I gotta look at my notes here. The Cures Act, right? So I can't tell you how many articles I've read about helping students pay back their college loans, not the tuition reimbursement. Not the tuition reimbursement, meaning that you're going to school now, but these are past student loans that many employees carry. I mean, I had them, my children have them, my students carry student loans, right? How are we addressing that as an organization? How can you be the voice to help them to address that? Secondly, another area that you might help them to think outside the box is, and I will say this, having been a job seeker and a person seeking somebody else, HR departments are notorious for being great at reach out, but they're kind of sucky at following up. Sorry, guys. But that's the truth, right? Recruiters. How many people have you read about on LinkedIn that said, hey, I try to find a job, people keep reaching out to me, and then it's crickets. Listen, if you have a candidate that you really want, or that you feel it merits enough interest to go on to the next steps? Is there any reason why you can't reach out to them? Is there HR policy involved as to why you couldn't reach out and let them know that the process is still happening? It's a quick, easy email to somebody, a text, a phone call, just to let them know that you're still interested, right? Because when an interested candidate hears crickets, they think that they're not worthy of the position. They're feeling that you don't care. And what you're trying to do is to create an environment that they want to come to work in, especially, again, we're in a labor shortage. So how can you design a better benefit strategy, and how can you design a better retention strategy, right? Two ways to address the labor shortage when it comes to this impending resignation boom. Thank you again for joining me. Quick tips and trips. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking about taking a trip. But, quick tips and tricks that I'm here every week talking about leadership and this conversation from my couch. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn every week, every Wednesday about this time. So, hey, shoot me a DM if there's something that you want to hear about. Bari, thank you so much for the shout out about my blouse last week. It was colorful. Oh my gosh, love, love, love colorful. So I'm getting ready to go catch up on the workout that I missed this morning, right? Taking care of myself. And I will catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.